the International Manufacturing Technology of the Year in the city. It was booked for mid-September at the McCormick Place. Again, it's been called off over public health concerns related to the coronavirus. The top epidemiologist in the U.S. says looking back, he wishes they'd known how efficient the novel coronavirus is at spreading from human to human. The director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci, tells WGN SARS and MERS were more deadly but not nearly as good as getting around.
The difference between the extraordinarily and very concerning ability of this virus to rapidly spread from human to human is in a different ballpark than SARS. SARS disappeared on its own on the basis of good public health measures precisely because it was not an efficient spreader from human to human. Not because we did anything better or worse than we're doing now. It was the nature of the virus. This virus spreads very efficiently. So if you're waiting for it to all of a sudden disappear on its own without you doing anything, I think you're going to have a long wait.
A former Minneapolis police officer charged in the Memorial Day killing of George Floyd has made his first court appearance. A judge set bail for Derek Chauvin at the maximum amount allowable, $1.25 million. He'd have to pay at least 10% of that, or $125,000 to get out, or his bail could be lowered to $1 million, which means he'd only need $100,000 to get out if he agrees to conditions. Those conditions include surrendering any guns he owns, staying in Minnesota until trial, agreeing not to work in law enforcement until then, and agreeing to stay away from and have no contact with any members of the Floyd family. Charges are pending against a man accused of shooting a Chicago police officer. Happened near Laramie and Kinsey in the South Austin neighborhood just after midnight Monday morning. Officer's vest took the brunt of it near his shoulder. He was treated at a hospital in good condition. One of 36 people shot in the city since Friday night. 5 did not survive. Last weekend, 85 people were shot in the city with 24 fatalities. Chicago began late last week, moving into phase 3 of its plan to reopen the economy. That means more city services became available again Monday morning, with social distancing rules still in place, including some city parks and golf courses. WGN's Judy Wang has details.
Grant Park is open, but Buckingham Fountain has yet to come alive. Park access in the sunshine make it a fine morning for a stroll.
Just walking city streets is interesting. It's great, but being out here at Buckingham Fountain and Grant Park and all the other wonderful areas that we have in Chicago is we've missed that the most.
Days after the city entered phase 3 of its reopening plan, parks west of Lakeshore Drive are open for the first time since March, when the stay-at-home order began. Park District field houses are open from 9 to 5, but for restroom and shelter use only. Step by step, visitors say they'll adjust.
It's just claustrophobic. It's good to get outside and do things and not be limited by the rules that are put in place for the quarantine.
Golfers can play away from the lake. The Diversey driving range and the Jackson Park course reopened this morning.
Till the summertime is those 3 months right now, really 4 months that you can really enjoy it. And this is their time. This is the time when they got to play. Obviously, you're not going to play in February.
At Harold Washington Library and neighborhood branches, there are capacity limits, computer time limits. The furniture is spaced farther apart and face coverings are required. While many are happy to see more restrictions lifted, they keep asking, what about the lakefront?
Doesn't make any sense. It should be open. People should be sitting outside and should be exercising, building up the immunity.
Mayor Lightfoot says an announcement on lakefront trails is coming soon. WGN Sports, Chicago Cubs president of baseball operations Theo Epstein says that the franchise has room to improve when it comes to hiring diversified talent for the front office. Says he and Chairman Tom Ricketts and president of business operations Crane Kenny plan to form a committee aimed at setting what he called a better standard. We're seeing another proposal by Major League Baseball aimed at getting the season going by early July. Calls for a 76-game regular season with expanded playoffs that would accommodate anywhere from 10 to as many as 16 teams. Under the proposal, players would earn about 75% of their prorated salaries. So far, union players have refused cuts beyond what they'd already agreed to back in March. Last month, team owners proposed an 82-game schedule. The Players Union countered with a 114-game schedule at prorated pay that would extend the regular season by a month through October. They're trying to get an agreement in place to open by 4th of July weekend. The NFL and the Players Union have sent a planner to the 32 teams outlining procedures for the full reopening of their practice facilities. Still no timetable on a return of most players to team complexes. I'm Vic Vaughn on Chicago's very own 720 WGN.
Things are looking up, Chicagoland. Lindemann Chimney Heating and Cooling represents the safest, best trained staff in the industry. For 50 years, they've been making beautiful homes like yours safe and sound. Book at cleanfireplace.com.
Attention business owners. With the coronavirus and so many other contaminants polluting our air, the challenges of staying healthy and productive can feel overwhelming. Millhouse Engineering and Construction solves problems that improve communities everywhere. They use a special fog sanitization to effectively sanitize against the coronavirus. Maximize the productivity of your staff with peace of mind. You'll know you've taken precautions to provide a healthy work environment. Millhouse's sanitization fogging is the same process recently adopted by the major airlines. It filters the air with a 3-stage HEPA filtration system and uses a hospital-grade EPA-registered solution for fogging. Unlike other processes, their solution doesn't use bleach or leave a toxic residue. Their sanitizing fog combats contaminants in the air and on hard, soft, and porous surfaces. To sanitize the air against coronavirus and other contaminants in your office, call Millhouse Engineering right now for a consultation at 855-621-0001. That's 855-621-0001 or millhouseinc.com.
All right. Hello, Nick Digilio here on 720 WGN, live in the Skyline Studio, 18 stories above beautiful downtown Chicago, on a Monday night into a Tuesday morning. And we've got a fun show set up for you. After the break, we're going to be joined by Scotty Johnson, who is a world champion barbecue pitmaster. And he's going to be part of the event Barbecue Fight Club. That's FITEKLUB. We'll have to ask him why it's spelled that way. And it takes place on, Tuesday at 5 p.m. And you can watch it on fight.tv. And it's 6 of the world's best pitmasters, 6 certified judges, 1 undisclosed location, 1 night live and broadcast worldwide. We'll be doing brisket, too. Oh, brisket. Oh, I like brisket. So I'm very excited to talk to Scotty. A ton of questions about barbecuing. And I mean, one of the major questions is, because there are obviously many different types of barbecue. And I'm curious to see whether he does all of them. So anyway, Scotty Johnson, world barbecue champion, is going to be with us. And our old buddy after midnight, Jim Ryan, is going to be here. Jim Ryan is a music and entertainment writer for Forbes.com, Daily Herald, Chicago Now. You can follow him on Twitter at Radio Jim Ryan. We got a lot of music stuff to talk to him about. We'll play a quizzy game there, Rock of Ages, test our knowledge, and we'll see how that goes. We always play back some classic Johnny Carson. Good Johnny Carson show you can watch on Antenna TV every night. So we're going to go back in time here to Johnny Carson's show and listen to some Kevin Nealon doing some stand-up. Kevin Nealon. Everybody remembers him from SNL. The Subliminal Guy, which is one of my favorite things ever. So apparently there's a new beetle species named after the Beatles. And we're going to talk about 10 species named after famous people and things that you didn't know were named after people.
Seems kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, you had to have it.
You had to have I'm talking about the bug beetle, Beetle, not the, but they're going to name the band. They're going to name the Beatle after the band, the Beatles, with the A. Beatles with the A. So, all right. And they're drive-in movies are coming to the Bridgeview Stadium. So while it's empty, they're going to take advantage of that. And more drive-ins are open now, because we can't go to movie theaters. And so lots of people are packing some food, getting in the car, safe distancing, and going to see some movies. So our good friends at the Midway Drive-In, Mike and Mia Kurz, they are showing The Goonies coming up this weekend, The Goonies and Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, which should be fun to see on the big screen. There are rules. Check out the website. There are rules to a lot of these things now. You got to stay in your car. You got to safe distance. The concession stand is closed. That kind of thing. But yeah, it would be nice to get out and to see a movie. So that's fun. All right. 312-981-7200 is the phone number if you want to join us anytime during the show. We would love to hear from you. Scotty Johnson's a world champion barbecue pit master, and we're going to talk with him in just a few minutes. You like barbecue, Tom?
Yeah, I actually recently I got a Weber grill. I got one of those little charcoal grills, and I'm going to be doing a little.
I think they call those Smokies.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Because the little mini grill you're talking about, right?
Kind of it's a fair size. Comes up to about my waist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a 3-prong grill. It's kind of like the standard. When you think of what a charcoal grill looks like,
yeah,
it's a little kind of bulbous.
So you've been doing some grilling.
Yeah, I tried it this past weekend. I'd never grilled anything before. I literally had no idea how to even start a grill.
You're kidding.
Dead serious.
In your entire life.
In my entire life, my parents were always like, "You stay away from that grill." They're like, "We'll do the grilling, boy. We'll take care of that for you."
Were they afraid you're going to burn the house down, or
probably? It wasn't even a charcoal grill; it was a propane. Like a gas grill. I was like, come on, you just turn the thing. It's like inside, right? It's just like inside.
That's propane grills are easy to do.
But I want to do this because it's difficult. That's my thing. I want to
challenge yourself.
The hard way. Yeah. So I cooked some turkey burgers. A little overcooked.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I'm learning how to handle the heat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's what you got to. You said it's charcoal, right?
Yeah, charcoal.
Yeah. So you do have to have the hot spots, and you have to know where they are, and all that stuff. Yeah, I've grilled a lot.
Oh, so would you call yourself a pit master?
Not a pit master by any stretch of the imagination, because I watch a lot of those TV shows.
Sure.
The competitions, and we're going to talk to a pit master. I am far from a pit master, but I know how to grill. I mean, I cooked. I used to cook a lot, especially when I was married. Now I live alone. I don't cook nearly as much because it's not really fun to just cook for yourself. It's fun to cook for others. That's like part of the joy of it, is cooking and then seeing the reaction of the people that you cooked for. But no, I'm a big fan of cooking and all that cool stuff. I'm definitely not a pit master, though. Now we're going to talk to a pit master, and man, he's got some accomplishments here. This is amazing. And we're going to talk about the event, the Barbecue Fight Club, which is actually happening Tuesday night at 5. And we'll tell you all about it. And they're raising money for charity too, and we'll tell you all about that as well. So it's for a really good cause. So all right, we'll talk with Scotty Johnson, world champion barbecue pitmaster, right after we take this break. Your carpets, rugs, and upholstery are reservoirs for virus and bacteria. Now's the time to professionally sanitize your carpeting, rugs, floors, and furniture. Call Executive Green Carpet Cleaning, and you'll get 3 rooms of carpeting cleaning for just $139. Plus, if you request, they'll provide you a free wipe down on all of your high touch points with an EPA-registered disinfectant. They'll wear masks in your home, and they're taking every measure to ensure the health and safety of your family. They provide a level of clean no one else can deliver by scrubbing and extracting using the world's most powerful carpet cleaning machines. They use ultra-purified deionized water in conjunction with a safe detergent-free pre-spray, all Green Seal certified. Also, they'll groom your carpets to leave a nice, even-looking finish. Call today and get 3 rooms clean for $139 with free sanitation of all high-touch points. Call Executive Green Carpet Cleaning at 630-990-8600. That's 630-990-8600. Or schedule an executivegreencarpetcleaning.com at the website. And look for the big trucks with the green hoses. Early mornings. Stay safe. Stay connected with Morgan Kochmeyer and her weather forecasts and Sarah Ginger's traffic reports. And that's on weekdays, 4 to 6 on WGN TV Morning News.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bal Nandra from Ivy Solution and Ketamine Centers of Chicago. My clinic uses ketamine to conquer chronic pain, migraines, and neuropathy. Our team is committed to providing the best patient outcomes to improve your quality of life. Here's my patient Michelle, who suffered from peripheral neuropathy and chronic pain from her cancer chemotherapy treatment, describing how ketamine from Ivy Solution changed her life.
I am a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. After all my treatment was done, I had some really intense side effects, including fatigue, neuropathy, and some pain. I talked with Dr. Balnandra about it. We decided that it was something that could help me. After one infusion, I had complete relief from all of my symptoms.
It's time you conquer your neuropathy and chronic pain. Call for your free consultation in Chicago or Kansas City, 844-9-IV-MEDS. That's 844-948-6337. Or visit ketaminechicago.com, KETAMINE Chicago.com.
All right. Hello, Nick Digilio here on 720 WGN. We're live in the Skyline studio, and we're here until 4 a.m. as we are every weekday morning and late night into the morning. Jim Ryan, our good friend, music and entertainment writer for Forbes.com, Daily Herald, and Chicago Now, is going to be here to talk about a bunch of stuff, mostly music-related as well. 312-981-7200 is our phone number. If you are a barbecue enthusiast or you have just questions about barbecue that you'd like to ask to a world champion barbecue pitmaster, that's what's happening right now. 312-981-7200. Scotty Johnson is a certified barbecue judge since 2000. He's got so many unbelievable accomplishments in the world of barbecue that we'll talk about it while we have Scotty on. Scotty, hi, how are you?
Hi, Nick. How are you? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, good to hear from you. How did you get into barbecue? Have you always had an interest in it?
It was just one of those things where I had a Weber kettle and started cooking, hamburgers, hot dogs, progressed to thinking I was cooking barbecue chicken wings, and, it all progressed from there. Keep wanting to try and get better and cooking better food. And,
yeah,
found a barbecue forum about 20 years ago on the internet, and it all progressed from there for me. So,
how does one get the title of World Champion Barbecue Pitmaster? How does one become a pitmaster?
There is a yearly contest down in Lynchburg, Tennessee, the Jack Daniels World Invitational, where every team invited is a grand champion. So every state is represented, every country where a grand championship was won are all invited to this contest. Down in Lynchburg. There's usually between 90 and 100 teams, and the winner of the contest is crowned the world champion.
Okay, I've seen this. I've seen a lot of those competitions on television. They show them on the Food Network and other stations and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It really is. So you've listened to some of this stuff. Over 60 Grand and Reserve Championships. You cooked in 43 states. You won champions in 15 different states. Grand Champion World Championship in 2006. Reserved Grand Champion World Championship in 2013. Team CancerSucksChicago.com raised for cancer research. Donated over $300,000 as a foundation. And the barbecue team, what's the name of your barbecue team?
CancerSucksChicago.com.
That's it. There you go. So it's named after a button that your wife wore to weekly chemo treatments?
Yeah, she would go to chemo and she'd have her Cancer Sucks button. So after she passed away and I decided to start competing and raising money for cancer research, it was a natural for me to go with Cancer Sucks.
Yeah.
She wore her button proudly and, let people know what she was doing and what she was fighting. So,
yeah.
I figured I'd try and carry that on for her and her memory. So,
yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear she passed away, man. That's
the thing about it is we tried to do something good out of it. It's, it happened so early when my kids were young, and as a family, we wanted to do something. And I think, no better way to do that. Teach your kids a little something and show what their mother stood for and raise money and try and help others. So
good for you, man. So tell me about the Barbecue Fight Club, which is happening tomorrow night tomorrow evening at 5:00, and people can watch it and stream it. Correct?
Yeah, it's an absolute awesome event and setup and everything. This is one of these deals where I wish I hadn't really, stepped back from competing anymore, because I would love to have been in this kind of format. It's 6 of the best barbecue cooks in the world. They're all going head to head. And, and people are probably listening, what's a good barbecue cook? What you can do in your backyard, what these cooks nowadays can do, just blows it out of the water. You can be the best cook in your neighborhood, but to be able to compete with the big dogs right now is, these guys, what they can do with food is just amazing. So, and really good cooks from all across the country are cooking in this event.
It sounds great. And it's also raising funds for Operation Barbecue Relief.
Yeah, and Operation Barbecue Relief is this unbelievable organization that was started up by some competition barbecue teams and barbecuers. They go all across the country to help areas that have been hit hard by tornadoes, hurricanes, and they provide food for any survivors, first responders, anyone that needs food. I think they've served over 5 million meals. That might be 3 million, but I know they've served a lot of meals, and these are all volunteers going across the country to try and help people that are in need. So a portion of this is also going to be going towards that.
Oh, that's great. And it's it's spelled FITEKLUB. Is there a reason for that?
I think it was a little different. It started off with motocross guys, and they had an interest in barbecue, and it all worked together where barbecue meets motocross. So they called theirs started off with the barbecue or with the Fight Club, and then we just added barbecue with it.
Yeah.
So they were Motocross Fight Club, and then we've added on to the Barbecue Fight Club. So
okay. And people can watch this. It starts at 5:00 Central on FITE.TV, correct?
Correct, yeah. And I tell you, we had a turkey category today, and these guys are going to be bringing it. There's going to be unbelievable. If you want to see the in a petition barbecue, you're going to get to see these guys, inside. We most of the teams cook out of trailers kind of thing, and you will get to see inside the trailers what these guys are doing, how they're trying to present meat so that it's, unbelievably looks good, tastes good, and obviously tries to win. So
yeah,
I get to be the lucky judge and trying all these samples.
Oh, good for you, man. That's good.
Yeah, I know. How about it? For these 4 categories. So
what are the categories, Scotty?
They'll be cooking chicken, ribs, pork shoulder, and beef brisket.
Oh.
And they'll start turning in at noon. Every half hour they'll turn in another category and finish up with brisket at 1:30. And there'll be 6 teams. So there'll be 6 judges, and we'll have samples of all 4 categories from all 6 teams. So I think it said that if we ate everything that was put on our plate, we would eat like 3 pounds of food. Obviously, you have to, sample the food, but not eat all of it.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That must be difficult, Scotty. Just like if it's so good, and you just have to have a little sample of it.
It's definitely a fine line of, but that's also what makes, if you're going to be the best barbecue cook in the world, you got to be able to, to distinguish yourself. So you got to be able to stand out, but you can't stand out too much where, you may offer someone too much as a judge where they don't like it. And, like in spicy food. Mm-hmm. One judge might not like spicy, the other might love it. So there's a fine line, and you got to be able to hit it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. These bunch of my friends, they're competing in, and I look forward to see what they're going to be bringing to us. So
that's pretty cool. Now, different regions of the country have different styles of barbecue. What are some of those, and which ones do you like the most?
You go from Kansas City, which is, I guess, basically what I'm out of, because I cook out of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Mm-hmm. You got Texas, which is more into beef, like brisket, beef ribs, that sort of thing, whole spare ribs. You got the Eastern, like North Carolina, South Carolina. So the Carolinas, they also consider Memphis. I also consider Chicago, because Chicago's famous for rib tips and hot links.
Yeah.
So, those are the major regions of barbecue, though.
Is there a style that you prefer cooking?
I honestly, I love Kansas City, but personally, probably for my flavors and everything now, I like the clean taste and everything of Texas. Mm-hmm. They basically are using salt, pepper, and the meat lets the meat stand out. Let the pepper and the salt highlight the meat. Kansas City uses a little bit more with the barbecue sauce and stuff like, with that. But I like the cleanness. I like the salt, pepper. So I guess Texas is my style now.
Yeah.
Cooking-wise, though, for winning, I cook Kansas City style.
Okay. And what region, I'm blanking out a little bit. What region has the vinegar-based sauce?
The Eastern Carolinas, Eastern Carolina has them.
Do you like those sauces?
It's different. It's like I like all of them. Alabama has their white sauce. Carolinas have their vinegar-based sauce.
Yeah.
It all has a place for it. It's all different. It's unique. It'd be like comparing a hamburger to a cheeseburger.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the same, but no, not really. So
gotcha.
You put something different on the top. It makes it a different kind of meal. So.
Yeah. Scotty Johnson is here. He's a world champion barbecue pitmaster, and the Barbecue Fight Club is tomorrow evening. And it's going to be 6 of the world's best pitmasters and 6 certified judges, 1 undisclosed location, and 1 night, and it's live and broadcast worldwide. Scotty, hang on, okay?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, buddy. Scotty Johnson, world champion pitmaster. If you have any questions or you love barbecue and you want to talk a little bit about it, or certain styles of barbecue that you have questions about, it's 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Nick Digilio Show here on 720 WGN.
The latest social media news, including a new Facebook policy and what you should know about posting pictures on Twitter. Bob Surratt, first thing in the morning.
Bob Surratt, Radio Chicago, WGN.
Hi, Tim Lindholm here with my son Ryan from Lindholm Roofing. Since we've been working together, we have always finished each other's sentences.
Sandwiches.
And if there's one thing we're passionate about, it's roofing.
Baseball.
Ryan, roofing.
Sorry, Dad.
We're Chicagoland's best choice because of our exceptional service, affordable pricing, and of course, our top quality roofs that stand the test of time.
My dad's right. When it's time for a new roof, gutters, siding, or chimney, Lindholm Roofing is Chicagoland's best choice. Call us at 888-4ROOFER and speak to one of the members on our staff, or visit lindholmroofing.com.
With thousands of locally owned Napa stores across the nation, chances are that wherever you call home, we do too. So as America starts opening back up for business, and as more of us start getting back out there again, we'll be in big cities, small towns, and everywhere in between, doing what we've always done to help keep our local communities moving forward. So whether you stop by a Napa Auto Parts store, Auto Care Center, or visit us at Napa Online, you can count on Napa know-how.
We're here to tell you about Boost Mobile's new upgraded network.
That's right. Stronger signal, faster speeds, and more coverage.
So now you can get everything you want faster, like Pitbull's music.
No, the new upgraded network means you can download music faster than ever before. It doesn't mean that it will make Pitbull songs faster.
Oh, so this isn't the song.
No, this is the song.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Step up with Boost Mobile's new upgraded network. Stronger signal, faster speeds, more coverage than before. Switch and get 4 unlimited lines for $25 per line per month and 4 free LG K51 phones. Access to upgraded network requires compatible device. New customers only. 4-line offer requires at least 1 port and activation from eligible carrier. Free phone limited to 1 per line while supplies last. Customers using more than 35 gigabytes of data during billing cycle may be deprioritized during times of congestion. Offers and coverage not available everywhere. Additional terms and restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com or retailer for full details.
New car dealers are open and ready for business. The latest cleaning safety procedures offer peace of mind as you shop for your next vehicle. Whether it's new or used, car or truck, you'll find it at one of 400 Chicagoland new car dealers. Begin your search today at drivechicago.com.
Hi, Nick Digilio here on 720 WGN. We are live in the Skyline Studio, 18 stories of beautiful downtown Chicago, here until 4 o'clock. And our good friend Jim Ryan is going to join us after midnight. He is an entertainment and music reporter and writer for Forbes.com, Daily Herald, and Chicago Now. He joins us usually once a month to talk music and entertainment and have a little fun with a music quiz game that we play as well. 312-981-7200 is the number here to get into the show. We're talking barbecue right now. Scotty Johnson is with us. He's a world champion barbecue pitmaster. There's an event called Barbecue Fight Club, which is happening tomorrow, and it also is raising funds for Operation Barbecue Relief, which was a place that was founded in May of 2011. In response to the need for relief efforts in tornado-stricken Joplin, Missouri. And now they've been helping people out and feeding people as well. 312-981-7200. Scotty, hi.
Yes.
Thanks again for being here. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Nick.
Hey, so you've cooked in 43 states. You've won championships in 15 of them. Is there a state that you think is the best barbecue and the most fun? How about the most fun place to cook?
Oh, wow. The most fun place we cook. Always our favorite barbecue contest was up in Lake Placid, New York. It's literally a contest is right on the Olympic Oval. In the background is the Olympic Stadium.
Wow.
Where the 1980 USA won the Olympic hockey gold medal. Yeah. And so that one, is hands down, was always our favorite contest. To go to for location and all that. Mm-hmm. We love to go out to Wyoming, the place called Worland, Wyoming, which was basically out where Yellowstone National Park is. And we went out there a few times. We were able to see, the Black Hills and the presidents and, everything going in and out of going out to Wyoming. So those are two of our favorite places that we used to go to.
Traveled a lot, huh, Scotty? Cooked all over the place. That's amazing.
It started getting to that stage where all of a sudden you had a whole bunch of, I like to go around. I like to, meet different places. My kids were young when I was doing a lot of the cooking.
Yeah.
It kept us entertained. They enjoyed it. They got to grow up out on the barbecue circuit and having fun and meeting people and, seeing different areas of the country. And, we had a good time as a family being able to do that stuff. So, they learned a lot. And then as it turns out, then, I had a lot of opportunities to be able to cook in different states. I guess I could have kept going at it, but it doesn't sound like much, but it really is a full-time job.
Oh, I bet.
To be able to cook competition barbecue. So it's not just showing up on Saturday and throwing some ribs and chicken. You got to secure some of the, the best possible meat you can do. You got to prepare all your rubs and injections and sauces and have your meat prepped and everything all ready to go. It literally is a full-time job. So these guys work really hard to be able to get where they're at in the whole barbecue world.
So that's really, and then all that traveling too must have taken up a lot of time.
Yeah, it was definitely long, hours of driving, 15, 16, 18 hours. We've come back from South Dakota in one day kind of thing. So, we've driven all the way to southern Florida, from Maine out to Washington, to California. So, and all points in between.
Now, driving, does that include? Did you drive like a big van or a truck? Because you had all your equipment.
We usually, when I had the girls going with me, or we were going as a family, I had a Class C. I have a Class C RV that had like a living quarters up front, and then the back 10 feet of it is a working garage, as we called it, which basically converted into a kitchen for me. And then it was storage as we were going down the road.
Wow.
And then I had a trailer smoker, so my smoker was on a trailer. I would burn sticks as a log burner. So yeah, most of that was cruising down the road in the 30-foot RV.
That's pretty cool.
And then when I was doing, really quick in and out trips, as I'd call them, I would take my truck and just hook the pit up behind that and not go in with the trailer and just sleep underneath tents and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. And during all these competitions that you've gone to, did you see a lot of the same people with
Oh yeah, I mean there's definitely a circuit where, as we call them, traveling teams. So you'd see, your friends weekly in and out, especially in regions. Not too many teams really traveled as far as I would travel, but yeah, I mean there was definitely regions. I mean my daughters had friends, up in Boston, New England area. They had friends down in Florida. They'd have friends out in, Salt Lake City. It was just amazing. And then obviously I had friends as well.
Yeah.
It opens up a lot of doors with the internet now and, Facebook and all that, where you really get to know people.
Sure.
And, all of a sudden you get to actually meet people in person. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
You said you started out this when your kids were young. They've grown up. Are they into barbecue too? Are they competing at all?
No, they would never do that.
No
I mean, they loved it. They would absolutely. They were part of the team. They would help me as much as they could. They never showed an interest in cooking. I should say they never showed an interest in cooking competition barbecue. They always had kids' cues and grilling and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They just never showed an interest.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to push them into it.
Sure.
Unless they showed interest. So, but I guarantee you they could probably cook. I know they can cook, hamburgers and stuff on the grill.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
If push came to shove, they could probably get it done.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, we're talking with Scotty Johnson. He's a world champion barbecue pit master. Barbecue Fight Club happens tonight. Scotty's going to be one of the judges, and you can watch it on Fight TV. That's FITE.TV. And we got some people who are calling in. Here's Doc on WGN. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Nick.
Hey,
Scotty, would you tell Nick, I'm from Kansas City, would you tell Nick a little bit about the role of the Kansas City Barbecue Society, and aren't most of the major events across the entire country sanctioned by KCBS? And then I know at the American Royal, they need hundreds of judges to eat all that food. So to have judges across the country, if a couple of guys like Nick and Tom wanted to get certified to be KCBS judges, how do they go about doing that?
Good question, Doc.
All right, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Kansas City Barbecue Society is the largest sanctioning body for competition barbecue. I think last year, or maybe it was this year, they were set to have 500 contests. Obviously, with the pandemic going around right now, that slowed things down a bit. But 500 contests throughout the U.S. Easily. There are no, there's other regional circuits out there, like down in Texas and Florida and that sort of thing. Kansas City goes literally from coast to coast. Easily the big dog in the pool kind of thing. And then KCBS.us, they have certified barbecue judging classes throughout the U.S. in different locations. Obviously, things are going to change a little now.
Right.
With things shutting down. But you can go. It's basically a maybe 3.5 hour course where you go through the training of what it takes to be a barbecue judge. And then to be able to judge in our contest, you have to have gone through this certification process of becoming a CBJ or certified barbecue judge.
Wow, that's serious stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and as Doc was saying, the Royal has over 500 teams, and they have that. I think it's the second weekend in September, and it's the largest barbecue contest in the world with 500 teams, and they have it at the Kansas City Speedway, and there's just teams everywhere.
Yeah.
And so for every team, so if you have 500 teams, you need to have 500 judges. So,
jeez,
great opportunity for people to judge. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's huge. That is huge.
And Nick, you see a variety of smokers. I remember there was one that was called Swine Flu, and it was an airplane with wings.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of people that have a lot more things than just big black smokers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, Doc, you're from Kansas City. Has barbecue been a part of your life all the time?
I have 3 grills and a charcoal pizza oven. Yeah, we used to burn hamburgers and chicken when I was a kid, and then I finally started learning a little bit about it. Last week, Brian had this tips for Tom, people calling in to give Tom some tips. But I did work security at the American Royal, and the whole event takes about 3 weeks. You know, it's the American Royal Parade, livestock shows for days, horses. You know, William Shatner and Carson Presley have horses down there. So the barbecue's just part of it, but it's one of the best parties of the year.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's both open and an invitational. But open, anybody can go, and invitational, they're inviting the cream of the crop there.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds great. That's great. Doc, thanks so much for the call, man.
All right, man.
Okay, take care. Doc from Kansas City, Scotty.
Good talking to Doc.
Absolutely. He's been a great listener and loyal listener, and every time he calls in, it's always fun. So, Scott,
hey, barbecue's a happy thing. So
yeah, it is. All right, Scotty, hold on, okay?
You got it.
All right, Scotty Johnson is with us. He is a world champion barbecue pitmaster. If you got a barbecue question or a comment, we'd love to hear from you. 312-981-7200, right here on 720 WGN.
At Midwestern University, healthcare education is what they do. Their campus in Downers Grove features 6 colleges and 12 degree programs. Here you'll benefit from hands-on training, expert faculty mentors, and patient-focused programs. You'll also learn side-by-side with students in other health professions, modeling the team approach to the 21st century healthcare practice. Learn more about their programs at midwestern.edu. That's midwestern.edu. Midwestern University, tomorrow's healthcare team.
Your home is your castle, your refuge, your safe place.
Quality of life begins at home.
And family safety and security begin at home.
Our job at 1-800-GOT-JUNK is to make junk disappear.
And we're good at it.
Your home will feel bigger.
And cleaner.
And you'll feel happier.
We promise.
Give us a call.
Or go to our website.
And your junk will magically disappear as our truck drives past your home.
Well, almost.
We'll be in and out before you can blink.
And our gloved professionals touch nothing except the things you want to disappear.
You can count on 1-800-GOT-JUNK to keep you safe.
And you can count on 1-800-GOT-JUNK to not disrupt your household.
These are highly trained professionals
whose only desire is to give you more space.
To live.
And laugh.
And love.
And breathe.
Big, clean, wide open spaces.
That's what you get when the junk is gone.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
As Illinois reopens, everyone is required to wear masks when going out. Chicago-based EW Masks has you covered. EWMasks.com has a comprehensive selection of face masks at great prices and offers volume discounts. Whether you're an employer and need to buy in bulk for customers and employees as you reopen, or an individual being responsible, make sure you have your protective EW mask every time you go out. Fast shipping to any location or curbside pickup available in Chicago at 1437 West North Avenue. Order now. EWMasks.com has you covered.
Now I'm not like this, I'm really kinda shy, but I get this feeling whenever
Yeah. Boston, man. Nick Digilio on 720 WGN. We're approaching Tuesday, and we're here till 4 o'clock, as we are every weekday morning and night from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., keeping you company, keeping you informed, and keeping you through this. And we've got some comedy that we always play. You know, Johnny Carson show is shown on Antenna TV every night, and you should watch it because it's fantastic. It's nostalgic and funny and awesome. And we play back some classic Carson, whether it's sketches or interviews or stand-up. We're going to hear a little Kevin Nealon this morning, and that comes up at 2:30 every morning. And we're here till 4. Jim Ryan is going to join us, music and entertainment writer for Forbes.com, Daily Herald, and Chicago Now. Right now we are talking with Scotty Johnson. He's a world champion barbecue pitmaster. There is an event called the Barbecue Fight Club, which is happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central. And you can check it out on fight.tv, and that's FITE.tv. And Scotty's going to be one of the judges for this barbecue contest. Scotty, typically how many people are on a team?
Each team's going to, there's no set rules or anything for it. You have guys, teams are, 6 lifelong friends are cooking on the team. You've got like myself where majority of the time would be my daughters or my sister would come. I have friends, that would also cook with me. So it just really depends. There's no set rules. It's whatever gets done. My whole thinking was if we were going to sink or swim, it was going to be riding on my shoulders. So I didn't want to have, other guys on the team making decisions where, I'd rather it be my fault if we lost than, kind of thing. So,
I love to cook, Scotty, and it's so much fun to cook with other people. Don't you think that's one of the things? I mean, it must have been fun to cook with your family.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. My girls had parts in every single part of our competition, cooking and getting ready and all that, and while we're cooking. So yes, I mean, it's absolutely fun. Like I said, I get to go out with my sister as well, or my buddies, and, and then you see all your friends that are buddies that are competing teams, and, we can be as nice and cordial and slapping each other on the backs when it comes time to, competing and putting your nose to the grindstone and, time to win. That's why we're out there competing, is to try and win. So
Yeah. And like I said, I watch a lot of food-related television, Scotty, and I love watching the barbecue competitions on TV. It's so much fun to watch.
It's just as fun, to be honest with you, to be able to cook it. I mean, it's all condensed for us into an hour and a half of turning everything in, but, it's the whole lead up, like now that we are out there, the teams are having happy hours together, and everyone socializing and getting to know each other and seeing teams that you only see once a year kind of thing, or meeting new teams, or it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Very cool.
A lot of cooking. A lot of cooking guys are now cooking. Like today we had the turkey contest, but teams, that's when guys start showing off their inner chefs that they have inside of themselves.
Right.
We can get some amazing meals for Friday night meals at barbecue contests.
Is it possible, Scotty, you're at one of these competitions and there's so many people out there, what's the smell like? I know that's
honestly, it's amazing.
I bet it is.
It's absolutely amazing, because the smell of wood, smoker wood burning, the hickory or the pecan or is just an amazing smell to begin with.
Yeah.
Then you start throwing in all that, the cooking meat and the fats breaking down and the seasoning and the sauces. It's a magical place.
Yeah.
To be able to smell at a barbecue contest.
I bet it is, man. I bet it is. Here's Curtis on WGN. Hi, Curtis.
Oh, yes. Hello there. I have, I guess, a few questions about, I heard the pitmaster mention Eastern Carolina barbecue. And the Chicago style with the ribs and the rib tips and the links there. And I've had, going on vacation to the Carolinas, I've had a barbecue on Eastern Carolina where they have the barbecue sandwiches with the coleslaw on top.
Yep.
Or have the barbecue plate. and you'll have the coleslaw and the hush puppies. And I'm just trying to distinguish that. I know the ribs and the rib tips, but I was wondering what part of the hog or the pig is cooked for the Eastern Carolina barbecue, and if that barbecue can be cooked, I guess this is a few questions. If the barbecue can be cooked on a regular grill in the Chicago area, I only have a regular grill, or the difference between a grill and a pit. And I was wondering that, and how could I have the Eastern Carolina barbecue, well, maybe an imitation of that, cooked in the Chicago area.
So
what do I need?
Yeah. What does Curtis need to do to capture that flavor?
Oh yeah, you can definitely do it. I mean, out there they typically are using big, huge pork shoulders, which are two massives of meats. One is the Boston butt or the shoulder, and the other is the picnic or the lower part of the front shoulders. But they typically do that. You know, they're like, I don't know, 18, 20 pounds that they cook them. They chop them up real fine. You can do that. I mean, let's face it, all a smoker is an oven, you know, where it's a chamber that's going to hold a constant temperature.
Yeah.
Anything can be done in your oven. You know, I know people when they're first starting off because they can't control a smoker or a pit or a kettle or a grill as well as they can control an oven. So they'll start off cooking in the grill. They'll get their smoke on it. And then after a while, they'll move it over into the oven. And then you can finish cooking in the oven. You know, it's all barbecue. It's however you want to do it. Other people cook it in the crock pot. Would I do that? No. I mean, that's not barbecue in my eyes. But if that's what people like to eat and that's how they like to eat it, then, you know, more power to them.
Yeah.
We're not going to be snobs. I mean, we shouldn't be snobs as competition barbecuers. I mean, it's not how we would do it, not how we would cook barbecue. But if people enjoy the taste of it, why wouldn't you want to make it the easiest way? So, you know, is it the best way? No. I mean, we could make way better stuff coming out of a smoker or a grill. Mm-hmm. But if that's what you got, then you're going to use the, you know, whatever instruments you have to make the final product. And, you know, you can definitely use an oven to be able to get it done.
There you go. All right, Curtis, thanks for the call. Do you have a favorite thing to barbecue? Is there a favorite food or a favorite meat?
Yeah, I would definitely say beef brisket is my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, from cooking it to eating it to everything, it's just one of those masses of meats that you look at, and it's the biggest, toughest cut of meat. But when you cook it right, it's just magical, you know, being able to eat it and how tender it is and everything. So
yeah, brisket's my favorite too. I could eat 5 pounds of brisket in one sitting.
Yeah, you know, and even when I was competing, it was one of those things that, I mean, we use really expensive, high-end Wagyu beef briskets because of the marbling and the fat content
Sure.
that they have in it. But, yeah, I would eat those leftovers any day, because we get a little pickled when you're cooking competition barbecue all the time, and you don't really want to eat the foods that you're cooking. But, yeah, beef brisket, I could always eat that stuff. That Wagyu brisket is amazing.
Yeah. It is. Hey, well, now here's a simple question. You cooked in 43 different states. Where do you get the meat? Do you bring it with you in a cooler, or do you buy it locally?
I would always bring meat with me because I wanted to know, you know, what I had going into it. I wasn't going to go into a town that I, had no idea where to source meat from, what kind of meat they were going to have, if they were even going to have the meat that I like to use. So I would always go into a contest having my own meat.
Yeah.
And generally I'd go into a contest having my own meat, and it was already trimmed, ready to rock and roll.
Got it.
You know, season it up and inject it and that sort of thing.
Got it.
But that whole lead up to being able to get your meat, though, is the fun part of securing, you know, I mean, like briskets, you do mail order where they ship them into you. You know, ribs would be at one store. You know, pork butts would be at another store. Chicken would be at another store. So, you know, you go all over the place trying to secure them. Sure. And that's all part of the whole, you know, full-time job of when you're doing competition barbecue, where, It's not just going to one store and get it done in an hour kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could just go to Jewel and pick up all your meat, but, it's not the best quality meat to win contests with. And when you're putting that much time and money and effort into it, you might as well get the best product you can.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of money. I mean, you can win. There's definitely prize money out there that you can win as well, but you're not going to become a millionaire doing this kind of stuff. It's a labor of love doing it.
Okay. Here's Donna on WGN. Hi, Donna.
Hi. I've got a question for Scotty, and it's a kind of with baby back ribs, if you parboil them or if you throw them on the grill and low and slow them, can you tell out the end product which has been parboiled by the taste, by the tenderness?
Well, here's the way I look at it. You boil hot dogs, you boil rice, you don't boil ribs. Because the only thing you're doing when you're boiling meat is you're cooking all the flavor and the fat and all that, the flavoring out of the meat. So you're taking all that out. If you boil ribs and you look at the water, then after you boil it, all you're going to see is everything, the flavoring that you just boiled out of them. So you're better off putting them into, a grill and cooking them that way and keeping their juices and their fats and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Low and slow. Exactly.
Okay. Thanks, Donna.
Thank you.
Okay. Scotty, been so much fun talking to you, man. And
absolutely, Nick.
It's the Barbecue Fight Club is tomorrow night. It's at 5 o'clock Central. You can watch it on FITE.tv. And many of the funds are going to go to the Operation Barbecue Relief. And also, I also want to thank you, Scotty, for all the charity work that you do as well. I know that you've been giving money to cancer research and because of a personal experience that you had with your wife, and that's kudos to you, man, for doing that.
Thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Again, Barbecue Fight Club. Be looking forward to it, right?
Oh, I am looking so forward to it. I mean, if people have an opportunity to check it out, it's not very expensive. I think it's $9.99. You can see the inner worlds of true competition barbecue and what goes on with it, and what it takes to be able to turn in. They're turning in six pieces of chicken, and what it takes to get to that 6 pieces of chicken.
Yeah,
and the stress and everything. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. People definitely open their eyes.
Scotty, great talking to you, man. Best of luck.
Absolutely, Nick. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Man. Scotty Johnson, world champion barbecue pitmaster. It's called Barbecue Fight Club. It's tomorrow night at 5 p.m., and you can go to FITE.tv. I think it's $9 to watch it, and it's going to be really cool. So, all right, let's take a quick break. The news is coming up.
Summer's going to be a little different this year, right? Good vacations, a short drive away. We're talking about it at 9.
WGN.
Times are tough, but getting a mammogram shouldn't be. I'm Dr. Sandy Goldberg, a breast cancer survivor and founder of a Silver Lining Foundation, and early detection saved my life. A Silver Lining Foundation funds the entire spectrum of breast health testing for uninsured and underinsured women and men at 15 partner hospitals. Are you a survivor and need follow-up testing? We're here for you too. I've heard from so many people that there's nowhere to turn for access to breast health testing. There is, and it's a Silver Lining Foundation. My mom used to say, we're all family and we have to help each other through the tough times. Never have those words been more true. Remember, your best defense against breast cancer is a mammogram. Call us at 312-345-1322 or log on to asilverliningfoundation.org. We are here to help.
Serving the great Midwest from Chicago, this is 720 WGN. And on your smart device, just by saying play WGN Radio on TuneIn.
WGN Chicago.
A Nexstar Media Group station.
I'm Vic Vaughn in the WGN Radio Newsroom. The news is sponsored by Antenna TV. State officials in Springfield are working on a plan to help small business owners recover from looting, arson, and vandalism amid a pandemic. First, the WGN forecast. Here's meteorologist Demetrius Ivory.
Partly cloudy skies for us tonight. The overnight low temperature 68 degrees. Remnants of Cristobal arrive into this area tomorrow. Tuesday's high temperature 88 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms develop during the afternoon, and the winds pick up in a big way. We're expecting gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Wednesday rain mainly early in the day. The high temperature 76. Low 80s on Thursday. Sunshine there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, sun and clouds. Highs in the 70s. I'm WGN meteorologist Demetrius Ivory.
State officials in Springfield are working on a plan to help small business owners recover. WGN's Tamon Bradley reports.
Scores of looted and vandalized establishments are waiting to hear back from their insurance companies.
They took everything from us.
Felicia Goodwin owns a clothing store on Chicago's South Side. She says her windows were broken, her merchandise stolen. Now she's waiting for final word from State Farm.
Please, insurance companies, come out and assist us.
Jonathan Swain owns Kimbark Liquors in Hyde Park, another store that was hit. Although Swain says he's had an easier experience with his insurer, he's urging every company to do the right thing.
Small business owners, in particular black business owners, do not have the strong balance sheets that they can use, that are full with cash to use to pay some of these upfront costs. I would encourage insurance companies to move quickly, because your decisions are the difference between businesses existing and businesses not existing for generations to come.
Governor Pritzker asked insurance companies to act swiftly.
Help can't wait.
And the Illinois Department of Insurance issued the following guidance to insurers: expediting the processing of claims, advance claim payment, and a moratorium on the cancellation or non-renewal of impacted policyholders for 60 days.
For our small businesses that succeed or fail at the margins, each setback is all the more difficult to come back from. Insurers must do the right thing and do it fast, with all consideration to assisting business owners to get back up on their feet and reopen as soon as possible.
Protesters are calling upon city officials to defund the Chicago Police Department. 35th Ward Alderman Carlos Ramirez Rosa says he does not support an all-out disbandment of the department like city officials in Minneapolis are vowing to carry out, but he says he does support lowering CPD's budget. Rosa tells WGN Joe Concho he'd rather see some of the money earmarked for CPD go to low-income neighborhoods